Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Harika. So in previous video, we have seen how we can use data table and convert that into JSON array and push those items into the queue. But now, if the items are there in the queue as a JSON array, how we can fetch those items? So that's the next part, right? So if we do this action from the dispatcher, from the performer, we should be able to fetch the items from the queue. So let's say this is my queue. Okay, so this is my queue where I have pushed the items into this part, right? So here I have 5 items in this particular array. So now my requirement is I wanted to get the quantity sold for each of the product. Okay, or else I wanted to check the product name against that particular location. So how can I do that? So I wanted to fetch these items from the queue. So basically we all know if you wanted to fetch an item from the queue, we will refer it with respect to the specific content, right? Because it's a key value pair. Specific content of that particular key we use to fetch the value, correct? But now here, in order to do that, firstly we have to get these items, get all of these array items out of this array, right? So that is the first and the foremost step. So how do we do that? So I'm going to explain you clearly in this video. So let's create a workflow. Fetch queue items. Okay. So for fetching the queue items, I'm using get transaction item. Okay. So from here, I'll choose my queue name, Amazon search items. So whatever the item that comes over here is a queue item, right? So queue, or else I'll just give queue item output. Okay, so this is the output of the queue item. And from here, what is the value that I'm fetching is completely a JSON array, right? So this JSON array, I should deserialize it, because if you remember, when we are trying to push the items into the queue, we have changed that. We have done a serialization. So now we have to deserialize it in order to use those items. So how can we do that? So if you don't know how we can do the deserialization, how how what to perform, how to fetch those values if the format of the array is a certain type, and also there are clearly videos on my channel which is on API automation. Let me just quickly direct you there. So there's a one complete playlist on API automation where I have explained everything about JSON and what type of JSON, like what type of activities to use to retrieve the values from the JSON. So this is the playlist, API automation. So here you can watch completely right from the scratch, like what is APIs, what are the different formats of output you get from API, and how to fetch those values if it's a deserialized JSON or deserialized JSON array, everything right from the scratch till to the end. It's just a 1 hour playlist which will give you a complete idea of what this is about. Okay, so I suggest you, I recommend you to watch this playlist. If at all you don't have any idea about how to perform actions on this particular thing. So yes, having said that, let's go back to the concept. So now, in order to deserialize the values that are coming from the queue, we should use deserialized JSON array. Okay, so if at all you don't have this activity coming over here, I recommend you to to take this particular package, web API dot activities, UiPath dot web API dot activities. This activity package will help you fetch this particular activity, which is deserialized JSON array. So why I'm using this JSON array, why not JSON, right? So everything I've explained in that particular playlist. Okay, so yes, so once after that is done, the output that we are getting from here will be sent over here. So queue item output. But if you see here, it is a data type mismatch. It's not compatible. So what I should pass over here, this should be a string. right? So I should pass specific content. And what is the specific content? I should provide the key. So what is the key? This is my key. Q data is my key. Okay, so this is the key and this whole thing is the value. Okay, so just pass this key over here. Dot toString. Perfect. Done. So this string, if you see here, this is actually showing this overload property. This is actually, I should say this is a bug, because whenever I am seeing this thing happening, apart from RE framework, this is happening. But when in order to resolve this, what I have to do is either I should compile it. So by clicking on the debug, if I do the compilation done, it will show me this thing. Some references are not imported. Do you want to import them? If I say yes, then after that it is downloading those particular references, and it is actually enabling that property of the queue. So which is not related to code issue, but it is something specific to bug. So to this particular studio version. So this is happening from, I think, 23.4 or something. I'm not so sure about it, but yeah, if you see here, there is no issue with the code that we have written. It is correct, but there are some references which are not binded properly or something of that sort, which is causing this. Once after you compile the project, you will get that issue resolved. So this is one thing. And after that, okay, perfect. So we have sent the JSON string, and now what we should do, we should get the output of JSON. So output of this is JSON array. Okay. So I'm just giving out because I don't want it to make it similar to the predefined value, system defined values. So that's why I gave J array out. Okay. So once after this is done, what is the next step? So we are going to try to see what those values are. So I'll just put a breakpoint here. And then let's see jout.count. How many values are there? We'll just see. Perfect. Let's keep a breakpoint and check the values in the immediate panel as well. So ideally, this should give me 5 items, right? Because whenever we converted the data table to the array, we converted 5 records to array. So that means there should be, the array should have 5 items inside it. So let's go to immediate panel, and here I can just JArray. So this is an array of 6. So what is the sixth one? Oh, okay, there are 6 line items. Okay, so this is an array of 6 elements. So now 6 objects. What we can do is we have to let's say array of 1. So if you see here, the first one has come up. Okay, this is the second one because it will start with 0, right? So this is the second one. So now I wanted to fetch which property, this property. Okay, so this is a product name. So I wanted to fetch the product name of each of the element that are there. So totally there are 6 elements in that particular array. So now I'm going to iterate through each and every element, and I'm going to fetch the product. Okay, so let's stop this. So how can I do this? This is simple. Now I am going for a for each. Okay, just pull a normal for each. And here, just give JArray. So it will by default, it will, sync up to the type of the variable. So JArray is an array of string, right? So now it will contain this current item will hold all the properties of the JSON, right? Whatever the JSONs are there inside this particular array, it will hold all the properties of it. So now how can I fetch the product name? So just take a log message. So what is the exact key product, right? Just copy the product and here. So now current item. This is a JSON, okay? This holds the value. So you have to provide. So if you see here, there's the property of J token. That means it's a JSON, right? J token dot item of key. Okay, you can give it in this way. Otherwise, let's check if it is coming as item. Okay, you can give it J token dot item of key. So what is it? Product dot toString. Okay, let's execute this and check. So it should give us 6 elements. Okay, perfect. We can see that here. So if you see, this is a count, and then we can say smartphone, laptop, like that, right? So let's say if you wanted to fetch something else like quantity sold or price per unit. Okay, let's check price per unit. So we have to give this whole thing because this is the key. Okay, so now for that I have to, let's clone this because we have utilized these both. Okay, so let's clone, and then I'm gonna put one more log message, and here I'll show you one more method. So here you can directly use current item of this as well. This will also work. Dot toString. Okay, let's try this out. So that's also one way you can give dot item of the token. Otherwise, you can directly give current item of that particular specific object. So let's see. Yeah, we have got it. So you can see smartphone and the price, laptop and the price, right? This is perfect. So I hope you found this video useful, and if at all you liked the videos, please do like and share across your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such informative videos. And also I will be sharing a lot of videos on apps and mostly on the VB apps or at that particular front. And also do comment out your thoughts and what all the videos that you wanted to see on my channel. And if at all any video helped you, please do let me know through comments. That will give me a lot of motivation. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video next time. Till then, bye bye.